Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In most of my videos, I cover something about software, but in today's video, we are gonna talk about hardware. Specifically when it comes to the air you breathe in your home or office. And as someone who lives in California, I know how important it is to have clean air. Between wildfires, seasonal allergies, and just everyday urban haze, smog, all that stuff, keeping the air quality inside my home, specifically where I also work, live, sleep, everything, I really want to pay attention to it. And in this video, I am going to cover two filters that I just got that I love, and I'm going to share with you why I love it, the best parts, and a few things to consider if you are in the market for buying a new air filter. I recently picked up two new air filters that we're gonna review now. When I spoke with the company about possibly doing a video review of these air filters, because I already have their water filter in my home and love it, I was super excited that they wanted to partner with me again. Since I got these air filters about a month ago, I have been putting them to the test, trying out all their features, and we'll review them now. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear sense of, first, if you want to buy it, and second, which one to buy or what kind of combination for your household or office that will work best. Okay, so both of these have the HEPA 14 filter, because this is really where the magic happens. Some models you see online only use the 13, so be mindful of that. This filter here literally covers you. The HEPA 14 filter isn't an average air filter. It's certified to capture at least 99.995% of particles as tiny as 0.3 microns. To really put that in perspective, we're talking about a filter that's gonna cover everything you need to cover in your home, like pollen, dust mites, pet dander, mold, gases from smoke, wildfire smoke, pollutants, and honestly just raise the air quality in your home to be crisp and clean. On top of that, they both incorporate activated carbon filtration, which is fantastic for tackling those unwanted odors in your home, especially if you're cooking or any general household smells. And finally, just on the filter side, they both use a UV light for an extra layer of purification. I partnered with the team at Arkin to get you a special promo. If you're looking to buy either or both of these, use the link down below to get 10% off your order today. All right, let's kick things off by taking a closer look at the AH14. This is a really powerful unit, especially considering how small it is and everything that it filters. It's engineered to effectively clean the air in medium-sized rooms, so think of an office, a bedroom, a small living room, or the like. It covers 324 square feet. You've got your essential controls right there on the unit itself. Plus, I love the settings. They let you control everything, especially the light. So if you put this in your bedroom and you want zero light in there, you don't want your filter to have a light on, you could turn it off. And it automatically does that in sleep mode. The funny thing about the device though, and I would say this about both of them, is the buttons are a little confusing. There's kind of dual function for the buttons, which makes it a little bit more confusing with the icons above them. I really got a little bit thrown off when I was first setting it up. Now, do I need a lot of settings on my filter? Not really, but the buttons were a little weird in terms of the user experience and how they designed it. But once you figure it out, you're good to go. Also, the smaller machine is a little interesting because when you use it at higher settings, it shakes a little bit. It is a little odd. It's not a huge deal, but it feels a little like it could be more sturdy in terms of the build. It's nice, it's light, it works great, and it doesn't like rattle off a table or something, but it does shake just a little bit when you use it at 3, 4, especially 4 or 5, which is 5 is considered turbo. And one other thing I want to call out with the small one, you could do this on both, but I just want to call it out here, is that you could set a schedule for the air filter to turn on and off. It's really easy to do, it's not complicated. Once you get it set up, you could have it in a way, for example, it's in my bedroom and I'm only really in there from say 9 o'clock at night to 7 in the morning. And so I don't need it to clean the air in my bedroom all day long. And so I could have it set on a schedule to turn on and off just while it's nighttime. Now, let's talk about the AH14 Pro. This is the bigger one, and this is where things really get kicked into high gear. So if you've got a large living room, an open concept floor plan, or you simply just want to maximize the air quality in any room, the 14 Pro is absolutely the one you want to consider. It covers up to 663 square feet, and it actually is much quieter than the AH14. Honestly, when I have the device on, I didn't even notice it was on. One of the really slick and convenient aspects of both of these is that the air purifier is that it's integrated with the app in a cool, seamless way that once you get it connected, you could always check it to turn it on, turn it off, change the level of control, and there's a ton of information in the app for you at any given time. Now, when I was trying to connect the larger one to my device, it was a lot harder. The smaller one, as soon as I opened up the app, it just showed up. I was able to connect it, we were done. But the bigger one needed me to get it into a Wi-Fi setting, and when I was trying to do that, it wouldn't work. What I found out was the machine needed to be off, and then you click the Wi-Fi button for 5 seconds for it to work, which to me was a little backwards. It just did not make sense. But when they sent me a video to understand how to do it, I fixed it in 2 seconds and we were good to go. Now, let's just talk a little bit about the app. What I love about it is that you could set timers for air filter to be on, to be higher. Let's say you're cooking or something and you just want to turn it up. You could just do it from your device. If you need to turn it off, you could easily do that. You leave the house and you forget if it's on or off, you could easily check and then adjust it the way you like. You can do all of that and more, even when you're not physically in the room, which is awesome. Plus, it allows you to monitor your air quality. You get real-time air quality readings, giving you a clear sense of what's actually happening in the air and if you do need to turn it up or down. And as any good business would, they do have reminders set for you to know when it's time to replace your air filter. Now, for both of these devices, they work right out of the box and you really don't even need the app. The app is only important if you want to take it to the next level. And as soon as I pulled it out, plugged it in, turned it on, it was good to go. Plus, on top of that, once you put it into auto mode, and you leave it, it honestly just works great. It works in the background. It just is running, literally no setting changes. You don't have to think about it. It's not something you gotta constantly check in on. It's just working, which is awesome. Okay, so a high level overview of the app. I'm gonna open it up. You can see here, there's a home page with both of my devices. I could easily just click it on or off by hitting the screen here. Boom, you could see I just turned it off. And now I'll turn it back on. From here, you could click into either device and you're gonna see how it reads. You can see all the information. It even tells me the local weather. It says how the air quality is. And it's even giving me a reading of what's happening in the room right now, what the air quality is like. You could also see at the bottom, there's the power button, there's the mode button, fan, and settings. Now, settings gives you more control of the filter. So if I want just basic control, I go to mode and you'll see I have these 4 here. It could be sleep, turbo, manual. If I go to sleep, turns off the light and then takes the setting down, the speed down to 1. So you can see here the fan speed is at 1. If I go to turbo and then I go back to fan speed, you're gonna see the fan speed is at turbo. Now, if I try to start to adjust these, which I can, it will set my mode to manual, just like that. And what I do love is, let's say for example, you want it to be in sleep mode, you want the light to be off, but you want the fan to be high. Well, you could set that. It wouldn't be technically the sleep mode in the app, but you do have the control to set it up any way you like. So here I could go to fan speed, go to turbo, and then go to settings and turn off the light. Just by doing that, I'm now able to have it where it's dark, it's not affecting my sleep, and yes, it might be a little loud, but I could be okay with that. Maybe it's like white noise. Then in the settings, you can see there's other options like resetting the filter life, you can set a timer, but what I love is the schedule. So when I click on that here, you'll see that I have 2 set schedules, which is every day at 9 a.m., turn off the device, and every day at 9 p.m., turn on the device. So that way, I don't have it on 24/7. I can have it on just for half the day, which potentially extends the life of my filter to double, which is awesome. I just set that, don't have to think about it again. It's good. You could even set it to send you notifications if you want. I don't really want that. I don't need more notifications, but everything is set up perfectly. And just like that, I have it good to go. And I could do the same thing with the large filter. It shows basically the same information, a little bit more information because it shows the humidity as well. And then you'll see the different modes, same settings, fan speeds as well. There is a turbo and sleep that's built in. And then in the actual settings panel, the UV light is on or off, so you can set that up. I'll turn it back on right now, and then you could set a schedule as well. And what's so surprising is for the large air purifier, when it is running, I literally don't even hear it. I don't even know it's on, which is awesome. Okay, now for the small filter, let's talk about pros and cons. So for pros, you got super clean air quality, you can control the UV light so it's not bright when you sleep, you can connect it to the app which makes it easy to manage, and you could easily replace the filters. They're pretty cheap, they're not expensive, the setup is really easy. Now let's talk about the cons. The first thing is what I mentioned before, it shakes a little bit. That to me just doesn't feel like a sturdy, finalized machine. It feels like they're still working on it. Second thing I mentioned as well, the company is just not a design-focused company. Function, it's great. So they do what they say they're gonna do, but I love good design, and so I really wish there was a little bit more of that touch of design in the brand. Now, let's talk about the Pro, and let's talk about the positive, the pros of the Pro. First and foremost, it is super quiet. This is huge, and I bet this was an engineering feat for them to get an air filter that literally you can't even hear when you're in the room. Second, the filter life is great. Third, what it cleans out is amazing, and it's just so good to know that all those things are cleaned out, especially odors. I do not like when my house smells, so I'm so happy to know that it is removing any scent that from cooking or anything like that from the room. And they actually provide a remote. They don't send batteries, but they do provide a remote as a backup if you want. Now, the cons are, the first thing is the machine just honestly isn't the sexiest. The second thing was the app connection that I mentioned before. It was really confusing because on the top two, there's like 2 rows of buttons as well, or every button has like 2 icons, so it's confusing to know what you're clicking or why it's doing one thing versus the other thing. And so that part of it is just a little bit odd to me, but the screen is cool. It gives you good, valuable information. I don't really read it, but it is giving you good feedback while you're using it, which is nice to know. Now, the big ultimate question, if you are interested in buying it, which one should you buy? So this is how I see it. Go for the AH14, the smaller one. If you're primarily looking to purify the air in a bedroom, a home office, or a small to medium sized room. The small device packs a punch, it gives you everything you need in terms of air filter, and it connects to your phone, which is great. I truly appreciate how powerful the purifier is for the size, and I really like how cost effective it is for everything it cleans out in your air as well. For the larger model, the Pro, this one is great if you need to tackle air quality for a family, a bigger room, a lot of things going on, you're cooking a lot of meals. This one is gonna help you really have a robust air purification system that you don't need to think about. You're investing a little bit more, but you get a purifier that just covers all the benefits and features that you need. Down below, I'm gonna drop a link to both devices so you can learn more about them, check out their website, and figure out which one to get or which combination to get. Huge shout out and thank you once again to the team for sending this over. I'm so thankful. I love the filters. I only review products I love. These filters, plus my water filter that I've used for almost 2 years now. All of their tech that I've used, I love. The function is perfect. Gives me a lot of confidence in the water I drink and the air I breathe. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.